Due to problems with my health throughout this entire freaking year, which have accumulated to this particular last 2 to 3 months, I've been struggling to put out commentary. Anyone who may have noticed the Dark Souls 3 playthrough took forever and I ended up skipping a lot of content, not because of the fact that I hated the game. That was not completely true. Yes, I did disagree with the game, but I've had a lot of problems trying to finish university and having health issues, and currently right now it's too much. I've got a lot of issues that I need to deal with in such a short period of time, and then afterwards starts the treatment, which will be a long treatment. So I don't know. I'm trying to forget this stress and just focus on playing games. So I'd been planning on playing Salt and Sanctuary about 2 months ago, but then I couldn't play Salt and Sanctuary and Dark Souls and finish school and do treatment. So here we go. This world has known war for centuries, but peace is finally preciously near. We'll deliver the princess to the kingdom across the sea where marriage alliance would save us all. Failing this mission would surely plunge us into darker days. Welcome to Salt and freaking Sanctuary, a game out for my heart as a 2D Souls-like game. But saying Souls-like would be kind of robbing it of some of its uniqueness. It was made by a couple, a husband and wife, which mainly with the help of friends to make Scar Studios. So, you there, stranger? We've been boarded in the night. They want to kidnap Our Lady. Ransom her. Protect her. And that was the end of him. I'm gonna have to improvise some voices as we go along, as there isn't actually any voice acting. This game is very interesting. I'm still struggling with the controls. This is post-commentary, of course. There are certain aspects to expect in such a roguelike game. Stamina system, health, pickups, inventory, looting. Of course, it's an RPG. But in terms of combat, we have light attacks, we have strong attacks, we have air attacks, we have parries, we have riposts. You can block, roll, jump. You can switch loadouts to have different weapons, have different armor sets. Pretty much what you'd expect from a modern day action RPG, except in 2D form, which is very, very interesting. You can see the princess is being talked to by some stranger there, who knows. This game is out for my heart. I don't know. It's really difficult for me right now because, like I said, I play all my games on keyboard. I own no controller, so it's very difficult to get used to this. We're gonna meet up with the first boss of the game, who is actually defeatable, even though this is foreshadowing, but even though the poor performance that I have. And in most cases, it's better to dodge than to rely on your defenses to block. The unspeakable deep. If only I'd beat this guy. Actually, I might put up a video at some point showing how to defeat him. How I messed up the pattern was getting hit by the rising attack. I'll explain in a bit. Failing this mission would surely plunge us into darker days. I awoke to the sounds of waves washing on rock, and I knew I was alive. I must find the princess. There is a way of defeating that boss. It's very, very simple. Just like the stray demon in Dark Souls 1, you can actually defeat it. It just takes time, and you just have to get the boss into a certain pattern while dodging the very basic attacks it has. This is the Shivering Shore. Well, hello there. You're just a fleshy bit of flotsam washed ashore with the rest of us, You want shelter, you want sanctuary, but what is sanctuary without faith? There's an empty sanctuary up ahead. You can claim it for your creed. Tell me, do you keep the new gods? Nope. You don't keep the new gods. Rare. So you are a pilgrim of Devora. You see dying out... What? Your sword has been dying out for centuries. Nope. No? Do you hold no gods at all? You either brave, foolish, or from the north. You don't look particularly brave, but you don't seem particularly foolish either. Are you a mountain smith? No. No? What is your creed then? Most men follow the three deities, the king, the knight, and the judge. The king lends wisdom to men who lead, the knight protects warriors in combat, and the judge guides those who maintain order. Are you a follower of the three then? Nope. No? What's your creed then? Men from the mountains of the northern continent are from what? They believe in no gods, believing instead of the iron will of man. They love steel but hate magic. Are you a member of the Iron Ones? Nope. And then, followers of the goddess of light worship Devara, deity of humanity, kindness, and forgiveness. Her creed is perhaps the oldest known creed, though it could be consequence of the cleric's mischievous record-keeping. Yes, we are part of Devara, a follower of the goddess of light. Accept this earthen vessel, and it will bring Devara's blessing to the vacant sanctuary ahead. You survived a shipwreck, didn't you? This island is full of shipwrecked sailors like you. I stand here on the beach, I see men drown, I see men survive, but I never see rescue. Perhaps this is an island cursed, but weren't you already thinking that? But have I seen a princess? Perhaps. Why is a princess so important? Living or dead, we're all the same flesh. Maybe it's your princess adorned in the skin of a decrepit old man. Well, go find your princess, and you know what they say, a quest goes a long way to keeping the madness at bay. Sanctuary is simple, but salvation is not. Sanctuary is simple, but salvation is not. Interesting dialogues. A cursed island. Could it be that we're in a cursed? Could we be in limbo? Could we have died in the shipwreck, died at sea, drowned in the deep, dark abyss? But that wouldn't really explain the monster that shipwrecked us in the first place. I don't know. I'm just starting out this game and already we've come across mystery. Where the hell are we and who took the princess? Why did they stop this unification? Who the hell knows? But in the beginning, as I was saying, in most cases, especially in the previous Souls games that we've played on this channel, it seemed to have been more important sometimes to have the ability to dodge roll completely and avoid taking damage as compared to bulking up and trading hits. Unless in the cases of PvP back in the days of Have Moms and Father's Mask giant suit. Fair and fine in that case. In the case of PvP, there are some times where you have to trade. But in the case of fighting against AI, you can find patterns and dismember the enemy that way. And we get to find our first sanctuary here. You have to equip the vessel of your creed and then claim the sanctuary. It becomes tedious with time, the fact that each and every time you have to equip the vessel. I thought since it was a key item, just having it in your inventory would allow you to claim any sanctuary as your own, but that's not the case. The skill tree in this game is actually similar to the square grid of Final Fantasy X and X-2. I loved Final Fantasy X and X-2. I didn't really like the character design. The character design of 10 was really bad in my opinion, but overall 10 and 10-2 were really good Final Fantasy games. They introduced some interesting battle mechanics which I enjoyed growing up as a child, and even the simplest things as being able to jump and platform made the game that much more interesting. But I digress. Back to Sultan Sanctuary. I've been picking up some notes. These are developers' tutorials just telling you what the hell's going on, how to play the game, which is very good considering the fact that I didn't actually know the controls. We encounter a closed door in the enemy here. And the nice thing about the combo system is that if you mix attacks, you can actually come up with different combos. So in the case of mashing light attacks, you can have a light attack combo that is based on how much stamina you have and which weapon you have, of course, whether it be one hand or two-handed the weapon. Light attacks make a combo. If you go from a light attack to a heavy attack, you do this launching combo, which is cool in the sense that when you're in the air, You can use left click, which is your light attack, to do a barrage of attacks, and you can use your heavy attack to do a plunge attack, which is very, very awesome. Reminiscent of the days of hack and slash games, the likes of Devil May Cry and God of War. I miss Devil May Cry. But anyway, I digress. We have 2 resources. As you can see, enemies drop salt and gold. It seems that from my understanding, we're using the salt to level up, while we use the gold to acquire items from merchants. I believe also from blacksmiths, they do sell some items for gold, and salt to level up, but I'm not too sure what else we can use the salt for. Parrying and riposting is still a thing. The mechanics, I believe, still work the same, in the sense that you can parry an opponent and attack them without riposting if your range is bad, or if you attack them at an angle in which they can't actually be riposted. And of course, there are various enemies. They take different types of damage, they have different types of movesets. It's very interesting all indeed. I'm picking up some red shards here which reveal life over time. Let's see, a pouch of salt, a traveler's pouch. It contains salt. The worth of a man's worth of mankind is the salt on his brow. Water of blessing. This is for choosing Devourer's Creed. This is like a health potion that restores some HP directly in a large chunk. Earthen vessel, vessel made of clay. Divine icon to the clerics of the sanctuary of the divine, place to claim sanctuary. Light vessels, I assume, are a special type of grenade for choosing this class. The spit of Devourer. Red vessels are a vial, or should I say red shards are a vial that increase your HP over time, so you can use these to top you off as you are going within battle. It's not really good to use them within battle when you've completely run out of health, because they won't get you up to a reasonable chunk of HP. Rotten Walker's Ear, Ear of the Rotten Walker. So those are the names of the enemies we've been fighting, reading on the lore here. Sorry, it's post-commentary and the screen is so small. I'm previewing this on... I edit my videos on Movie Studio Platinum 13. And yeah, let's just say with my poor eyesight, it is really hard to read such small text on a small preview screen, so forgive me on that. And I am wearing my glasses, just so you know. Got a stone merchant and a bundle of salt. Kick down this little shortcut here. I'm climbing down to actually show you that it's a shortcut to go back. Just in case you do die, you can just climb back up top to the 2nd floor and do your things. The different stone ornaments that you actually get are really, really cool, even though I don't think I'll use one in this particular episode. They are actually to provide you with NPCs in your sanctuaries. If you have... Each player follows a creed, whether it be Devourer, whether it be the Iron Will of the Ironborn, should I say. Oh my goodness, my phone is blowing up. Not now! Not now! But anyway, you have a creed, but you will come across sanctuaries that already belong to specific creeds. You can rest and level up there. That is no problem. You can also find other NPCs at these sanctuaries, which are already predefined. That too, you can use them. They have their specific rates. They'll charge you what they feel like charging. But being the follower of the creed that you choose could prove beneficial in the sense that you can defile a sanctuary by killing all the NPCs and removing the vessel that's there, and then placing the vessel of your creed. So for example, in my case, I'm a follower of Devourer, but maybe there may be a sanctuary of the 3, the king, the knight, and... I forgot, the priest or something? The king, the knight, the priest? Oh, the king, the knight, and the judge. In that case, if I were to find such a sanctuary of the 3, I can defile it and then place the vessel of Devourer to make the sanctuary Devourer's sanctuary. Then someone may wonder, what's the point in that? Why would you defile a sanctuary and kill all the NPCs there? You can customize sanctuaries by adding those stone figures to the sanctuary, and they'll actually turn real. So the stone merchant, if placed at a sanctuary, can actually become an actual merchant in the sanctuary. A stone blacksmith, if placed in a sanctuary, can actually spawn an NPC blacksmith in that area. So some of these NPCs have certain bonuses depending on what creed. So for example, a blacksmith might give you a 10% discount in a creed, might give you a 10% discount in a sanctuary that's controlled by the 3, the king, the judge, and the knight. He might give you a discount there. Maybe a stone merchant might give a discount to the sanctuary that's under the protection of Devourer. So now then you have to choose. Will I defile this for a certain portion of or should I say, will I defile a sanctuary to customize it in a way that benefits me most, but could cost me resources because I'm having to sacrifice my stone merchants, my stone travelers and stuff to place in a specific area? Or should I use the resources that are already there, then preserve my resources for a particular more profitable location for a sanctuary? I don't know. Picked up the rogue set up here. This belongs to the thief class. I believe it's a light armor set in this game, just by the fact that it's the rogue set. We are wearing the Palatine chainmail. I believe that's Palatine, the heavy chainmail. And the rogue's jacket's an plain leather jacket with hidden pockets and carrying loots. Matching linen scarf graces the collar as a dashing what? And what in search of easy marks. So pretty much the rogue set. It's a very light hammer set allowing us to roll, but since I'm learning the game, I would like a little bit of defense, so as to, if I were to miss a roll, at least the damage I'll take won't be so great. The ring that I picked as my gift in the beginning actually works the same way as the Silver Serpent ring, in the sense that it grants increased salt from those I kill. I'm not sure what all the gifts do in the game yet. I'm still yet to explore those, but by default, by looking at the gifts, even though I didn't know what everything else did, I did understand that bonus salt acquisition is good, especially for someone who's learning the game, because it means you level up faster. So for example, after maybe 2 hours of playing the game, let's just assume a player who doesn't have this ring on average would be level 10. But then if you have this ring in the same amount of time, you can be level 15. So that 5 level bonus will make you stronger than you would be otherwise in the same playthrough. The bandage ring is a healing ring. It reduces wounding. The wounding effect is similar to hollowing in Dark Souls, in the sense that the more you die, in the case of Dark Souls, was that the more you die, the smaller your life bar became. But in this case, it's not even a matter of dying. The more you get hit, each time you get hit, you are graced with a wound, and this wound reduces your maximum HP. So by wearing the bandage ring, you are actually reducing the amount of wounding that you receive, and hopefully you'll retain as much of your maximum HP as possible until you get a better ring. And I'm assuming for this beginning part, since you have 2 free ring slots, then it's definitely worth putting on. There's no point in having it not equipped, unless you are not going to take any damage at all, and you would rather have the bonus equip burden instead of the decreased wounding. You see me here going to remap keys. I don't know. Oh, I was looking for the ability to light my torch. I had no idea what the torch button was, and the game didn't actually specify what the torch button was. The reason I did this was because it was getting really dark in the game and I couldn't see. I'm gonna make it a priority in the 3rd episode to increase the game brightness. The reason why I'm saying the 3rd episode is because I've already recorded the 1st episode and the 2nd one. So it's gonna be, they are going to be of the same brightness level. But besides that, we got a journey bottle. I believe a journey bottle returns you to the last sanctuary rested at, similar to a homeward bone. And I'm sorry if my reference to Dark Souls items offends people, but that's how I understand things right now with this game. What we just picked up was called Mend. It's actually a cleric's miracle that can be used to restore some HP and to give some healing to wounds. It reduces your wound damage and restores some HP. So we found our sanctuary, and I decided in the beginning that this would be a perfect spot to end. I think so too. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of post-commentary. I really thank you for sticking around. I'm sorry I'm in a pickle right now in real life, so the amount of content might not be as much. I'll see you soon in episode 2.